In this video, we're going to look at labor types, how to set labor types up, the benefits of labor types, and how the new changes affect the reminder system. You can see here that I have a notification at the top of the screen saying vehicle reminder dates need updating. So where this is getting the information from is the new feature for labor types. So if we just scroll down the document, you can see here that we've got an MOT test, some service labor, a brake fluid change labor, and an aircon labor. And take note which ones the technicians have confirmed. So tech confirmed essentially means the technician is confirming that they have completed this part of the job. So if a labor line has a particular labor type set up, when the tech confirms it, the service advisor will get a notification to update the new reminder date for that particular labor type. So if I go ahead and select action list here, you can see that we've got the brake fluid, MOT and service due dates here. But we notice we don't have aircon because the tech hasn't yet confirmed that the aircon's been complete. The logic behind this is that we're trying to get the advisors to perform this action before attempting to post the job sheet, because it's not nice when you're attempting to post a job sheet that you then have to set all the reminders. So we're trying to prompt the advisors to do this pre-posting the job. What you can do from here is select, for example, brake fluid. I could just add 1 year and it will add 1 year here. With the MOT due date, we can update straight from the DVSA. Alternatively, at the top, you can just select action all, and that will then perform all of the actions and give you your new date. So it'll have a look at it from the DVSA, or it'll add a year from today if no previous date exists, or it'll add a year from the previous date that was already recorded within the system. So the other place that is affected by labor types is within customer notifications. So I'm going to go ahead and open the MOT reminder. So we'll do the 30-day MOT reminder. And you can see there's a new section here called existing job sheet criteria. So previously we had this service type filter. So based on the service type of the job sheet, you could prevent MOT or any reminder going out if a job sheet exists with that service type. That feature still exists. So if you want to get quite smart in preventing certain job sheet customers from receiving reminders if a certain job sheet exists, you can still do that based on service type. But we've now also added service type count and labor count. So we're going to start with the labor count. So this is now looking at which labors fall within the MOT service, within the MOT labor type. I'll show you how to set them up shortly. So you can see here what it's looking at. Any job sheets that exist in the system that are open, so bookings, or posted within the last 30 days. If they have a labor line on that is MOT test or MOT retest, it's not going to send that customer an MOT reminder. Likewise with service type count, some of you may know this or may not know this, you can dictate which service types fall into MOT and service. So this was what the old reminder system was based on, and how you prompted the service advisor previously to update the MOT or service dates. Again, I'm going to go into a bit more detail in how to set this up shortly. So just to confirm, when you're creating a new reminder, you select the vehicle field. In this case, it's MOT due date. This is what dictates the labor type that the reminder will look at. And then this is where you can see that what the system's actually seeing itself. So you can see here that we have 2 labor counts that fall within the MOT labor type. So to set this up, you need to look in 2 places. The first place I recommend that you look in is your service types. So if you look for service types, you may need to add these columns, but you'll have 2 columns, one called MOT, one called service. This is like a generic way of dictating which service types are of MOT and which service types are of service. As I said, this is what the old system was based on. You can just keep using this system, or you can use a combination of service types and labor types. I personally recommend that you use a combination of both. So you can see here that we have Service and service MOT have the service column ticked, and MOT and service MOT have the MOT column ticked. So any job sheets that fall within these service types will prompt the service advisor to update the reminder dates, and it will also prevent MOT and service reminders going out to customers that have job sheets open with this service type. So that's service types. You probably already have this set up in your system. That's how it was done previously. Now to set up labor types, if you search for labor type setup, you have a list of all of the labor types. These labor types correspond with the reminder date fields on vehicle cards and job sheets. So what we can see here is that under the MOT labor type, we have a count of 2 labors. Service has 1, safety check has 0, timing belt has 0. If I want to add more, so for example, if I want to add tire, if I click on this value here, it opens up my labor cards, and then it allows me to select which labor cards fall within which labor type. So I can just select that the tire labor type has 1 labor card in, which is tire fitting here. So you need to work through these labor types and add your corresponding labor cards to the labor types for this new feature to work. So this is the setup for the new labor type setup system. And then what that will do, that will then, going back to here, it will add these to this action list. So when a technician confirms they've completed a particular labor, it will look if it belongs to a labor type, and then it will prompt the service advisor to then set that reminder before you post the job sheet. And then from a customer reminder perspective, if a job sheet is made or a booking is made, the system won't send a reminder to that customer for their MOT if they have a job sheet that exists with a service type of MOT, or that has a labor line on which has a labor type of MOT. I appreciate it sounds complex. It's designed so it will work exactly as your settings currently exist. If you want a more elaborate setup or a more detailed setup, then this is where you would be setting up your labor types. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please put them in the community forum, or feel free to give support or call, and we can just run through this with you on a more one-to-one basis. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.